So what is a MYO rep match technique? How are we going to track it? How are we going to progress with it? And then at the end, I will show you guys an example of my own training. So if you've been in the program long enough, you've probably seen MYO reps at some point. This is a little bit of a spin-off of that. Essentially, we're going to use an example of doing 3 sets of hammer curls. And so for your first set of hammer curls in a MYO rep match technique, you don't do anything different. You're just going to take your first set all the way to failure. And you'll see that in the exercise description that it says 0 RR. And so let's say for your first set of hammer curls all the way to failure, you get 12 reps. And that set of 12 is now your baseline. You must get 12 reps on all your subsequent sets. It's usually going to be 3 total sets, so 2 additional sets after this first failure set. Now, because you're tired, because you went all the way to failure, it's unlikely that in subsequent sets you're going to be able to get 12 reps all in one shot. And so you're going to use MYO reps to get back to 12. And what that means is, let's say on your second set you get 10 in your first shot all the way to failure. Well, you need to get back to 12. And so what you're going to do is you probably put the dumbbells down for 5 to 10 seconds, pick them up, and just do another 2 really hard reps, and that'll get you back to 12. And then you will rest 2 minutes. Then when you come up for your third set of hammer curls, you need to get 12 again, but because you're so freaking tired from the first 2 really hard sets to failure, you might only get 8 or 7 in one shot. Let's say you get 8. You need to use MYO reps, which just means resting 5 to 10 seconds and then continuing on, to get back to 12. And so you will do your 8 reps, put the dumbbells down for 5 to 10 seconds, pick them up, do another 2 really hard reps, put them down for 5 to 10 seconds, do another 2 really hard reps. And again, it doesn't need to be 2 reps. The point is you're only gonna stop for about 5 to 10 seconds and then do another couple more, or just go to failure again and see how many you get. It'll be like 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 extra reps. So quick recap, your first set will be all the way to failure. That will set the baseline for what you need to do on all your subsequent sets. And then on your second and third set, on the sets after that, you will use MYO reps to get back to that same number. What that means is you will just pause for about 5 to 10 seconds after going to failure once, for just long enough to kind of recover so that you can do another couple of reps. And then you will use those techniques, this short 5 to 10 second rest, to get you back to that original number. Now, when you're tracking this in the app, just track how many total reps you did. If you did 12 in the first one, you can write 12 for all of them, because you're going to end up doing 12 for all of them. Because what matters most is, yes, you can put in the comments, I did 12, then 10 plus 2, then 8 plus 2 plus 2. You could write that. But what matters most is that we're going to be progressing just by pushing that first set further and further. And so next week, where you did 12, you're going to try and do 13 on that first set. And if you progress on the first set, then by definition, you have to progress on the subsequent sets. And so you're not really going to be using that second and third set to progress. You're always just going to be matching whatever you did in the first set. So you don't necessarily need to be tracking that stuff. You can if you'd like to, though. So this first set is going to be to set a baseline. So I'm going to be taking this set all the way to failure. So I got 12 reps on that set. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to rest 2 minutes, and then I'm going to take my next set to failure again. But because I'm still tired from that initial set, I'm not going to get 12. I think I'll get something like 10. And then you'll see I rest 5 to 10 seconds, and then I'll do another 2 to get myself back to 12. So I only got 9, and I need to get 12. So I'm going to rest a couple seconds. I need 3 more. Okay, here we go. And that's the basic gist. If I do another third set, I got 12 on the first one. On the second one, I got 9, and then I rested and I got 3 more. If I do another set, I'll probably get something like 7, and then 3, and then 2. And so you just use those short 5 to 10 second reps once you reach failure to just take a step back, recover for 5 to 10 seconds, and then do another set close to failure, or all the way to failure in this case. It's only going to be a couple more reps, and you're going to do that as many times as you need to get back to the baseline number.